One of these days, I'm going to fix that transition. Good evening, my darling batlings. I'm glad to be here with you once again. I'm joined tonight by JKR.
Salutations! Good to be back on the air.
Yeah, and in case you couldn't tell, he's got a new mic setup courtesy of moi.
Yep. If it weren't for our lovely lady Maxine, I would not have this great microphone that I'm currently using tonight. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I got him set up with a proper XLR mic and not like a high quality mixer, but one that will get the job done. For now, it's sort of a hand-me-down for me. It's one that I used earlier before switching to a dynamic mic.
You know, hey, we all gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, and the Blue Snowball is a good place to start, honestly. But this one's a step up in audio fidelity, but it takes a little bit of getting used to how it works.
Yeah, like for the fact that I gotta have this thing right up against my face, practically.
Yeah, that's why it's good to have one of those like adjustable desk mounts where you can like move it closer to your mouth. Like I've got set up.
I have that set up too now, actually. I finally set that up today too. After I finished putting this desk together, I put the boom setup together too. So yay!
Nice. So I know we were supposed to do Final Fantasy VII Remake tonight, but honestly, I'm a little bit burnt out on that one for now because I've been playing it every week like clockwork. So I figured why not switch up Final Fantasies and instead do 16. Especially since that's one I haven't finished yet. So without further ado, let's switch over to the game scene and get this started.
Let's get it started.
Currently, this is only on PS5, but it should hopefully get a PC port at some point. Knowing Square Enix, they'll probably make the PC version include all the DLC as part of the base purchase instead of having to buy the expansions separately. Because that's how they did Kingdom Hearts 3 on PC, and that's how they did Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC.
Nice.
Alright, we're going to go with action-focused gameplay. Basically, this is our difficulty select. Story-focused means, like, easier combat. You start with some bonus items that make the game easier. Action-focused means you begin the game just normally.
Yeah. We don't got time for
And this game plays quite differently than Final Fantasy VII Remake does. As, like, you've probably seen how Final Fantasy VII Remake plays by now. Getting a general feel for it. This one's more like Devil May Cry.
Finally led our forebears out of the darkness. Yet,
And this is also the first Final Fantasy in years to have, like, a proper fantasy setting.
temptation that ever lures us back into the crystal shadow. And
Outside of 14, of course. But this is made by the same part of Square Enix and the same director that's responsible for 14. And honestly, what better way is there to start an epic fantasy than with a kaiju battle?
Yeah.
Honestly, more fantasy stories should start this way, fantasy movies especially. Like, imagine how much better Lord of the Rings would be if it started with Godzilla fighting Rodan.
Or in, or hell, like the Hobbit movies, starting with, Smaug's, actually seeing Smaug take over the Lonely Mountain. Instead of just seeing, like, the shadow do that.
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen the Hobbit movies. I only had patience for the first Lord of the Rings movie. I was like, okay, these are so long that I can't sit through them.
Yeah,
My
that's
ADHD
fair.
is killing me watching these movies.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Lord of the Rings films, I cannot sit through, unfortunately. I just can't. My ADHD just does not let me. With the Hobbit movies, on the other hand, I love those. I will sit through them all. I will sit through every single minute of those movies.
Year of the Realm, 873. Say something, please. The silence is killing me. One of you guys say something.
It'll be light soon. Both camps have begun to stir.
There we go.
You all know
Also,
the
I just
target.
noticed my model is a little bit too
She was
far in the
dominant.
corner. Let me fix that.
And only the dominant.
There we go.
No one else? Where's the fun in that? How do we even know the girl will be among them?
Our kind do not question orders. We follow them.
This guy's name is Tiamat.
Try to keep that in mind.
Yes, Tiamat, and obvious pro tag here currently goes by Wyvern.
Done.
Basically, they're all named after different kinds of dragons in Final Fantasy lore. I say lore, it's not like there's an overarching lore, it's just like they have recurring monster types and recurring names for monsters.
Yeah, like I know in the Final Fantasy franchise, Bahamut is depicted as more of an evil dragon than as the
Bahamut is supposed to be like the king of the dragons.
yeah. Whereas in D&D, he's more like he's more like morally ambiguous. Like yes, he is like his alignment is usually around the lines of like neutral / good.
Focus.
But he's from my experience, he's been a fairly decent deity.
Yes, Sergeant.
But Tiamat, on the other hand, being the 5-headed dragon, she's supposed to be banished in one of those 9 circles of hell. She's like supposed to be the mother of all chromatic dragons.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of overlap between like recurring names for monsters in both Final Fantasy and D&D, because the
Yeah.
original Final Fantasy, where a lot of these creatures debuted, was literally just first edition D&D, right down to with like some of the names changed in terms of like its monster design, its monster roster and its gameplay mechanics. To the point where when it was released internationally, they had to change one of the enemy designs because it was literally just the buffalo from D&D.
Oh yeah.
But if you were to go back and play like Final Fantasy 1, you'll find that its combat mechanics are the same as first edition D&D. Right down to, instead of having magic points, you have spell charges, where, like, you can only use a certain amount of that tier of magic, with you having to recover.
These iron blood are more beast than man.
The way this is going, they won't need this new dominant of theirs. What?
Okay, I'm going to explain, like, some of the, terminology that they're using here, because they throw a lot of stuff at, like, the story's obviously starting, like, in media res, you know, in the middle of
Yeah.
the action. And we're going to get like build up to where we are now. But like dominant refers to like a person who is chosen by the icons to act as like the living conduit. Icons are sort of like celestial beings. In other games, they're just referred to as summons. But in this game, they act as more of like a super form for specific people that are chosen to be the incarnation of that summon. Sort of like that. The way it works mechanically is like Dante's Devil Trigger. And there's like one per kingdom. And our boy Wyvern and his associates have been sent to capture the dominance of ice. And we've got right here, hello, mommy. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, yeah, I fucking love her. Her name's Benedicta, and she's the dominant of the icon Daruda.
It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not? Or am I mistaken? Besides...
And in case you don't know your Final Fantasy summons, Garuda is the is Wind Elemental, and this big beefy boy here is the dominant of Titan, the Earth Elemental.
Perhaps you have not heard, but the Ironblood now have their own dominant. We would be fools to
And the dominant we're going after is the dominant of Shiva, the element of ice.
They'll be allowed to fall.
Nice to meet you.
The capital will lie exposed. And I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board. No?
He's not wrong.
Which just leaves me.
Kupka!
The Iron Blood will rule the day they sit.
I forgot that was his name, Kupka.
This game is over.
Lovely.
God, she's so fucking sexy. I mean, what? Sorry. I was, distracted.
Benedicta.
Take care.
Does the lion take care when he chases the hare? Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love. You are a lion. You're my lion.
I'm not afraid of a little frost, Benedicta. But I will need someone to warm me when I come home.
Wait, if I were to describe Benedicta's character without, like, directly spoiling stuff that happens in this story, think of her as, like, a Catwoman or a Poison Ivy type.
The front lines are gone. This is our chance. The chaos will conceal us.
You know, putting in terms that I know you're familiar with. Like a seductress who uses her feminine wiles to manipulate people.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
And quick and deadly.
As always. Take the van.
Wait. Something's not right.
Oh, hi, Titan. He's a big boy.
So the Darmok's finally grew tired of being slaughtered.
And there's our girl, Shiva.
Who's here to greet the bastard?
Come on.
I like the summons in Final Fantasy tend to have like overarching design elements that tend to stay the same throughout each entry. But I especially love the designs in this game. Shiva looks so pretty. Like, not just in terms of like, ooh, sexy design, but like, so elegant.
Yeah.
What I say, starting the story off with a kaiju fight. It's bound to grab everyone's attention.
Yeah, right?
Now, if only more Godzilla movies started off with the kaiju fights. Like, the only one I can think of that just skips the bullshit and gets straight into the action is, Final Wars. Yeah.
You don't get to
That's another Godzilla movie that I have not seen I want to see.
You should. The story is very weak, but you're not there for the story. You're there for tons of action. It's like the only Godzilla movie that has good human action.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's basically like the human action scenes I can basically describe as like mix of like Power Rangers and The Matrix in terms of the stunts they do.
Anytime, Wyvern.
Like Godzilla Final Wars is like definitely not one of the best Godzilla movies, but it's great if you just want something to turn your brain off and watch monsters and people fighting each other, like with no breaks in between.
Stand there.
Like, the only part of that, like, other than the story being pretty basic and weak, I would say its other downside is that because it crams in so many monster fights to such a short runtime, none of the fights really get any time to have anything spectacular happen.
Yeah.
Like, Godzilla basically just plows his way through each opponent and then moves on. Oh, he's dead. That is a dead man. I don't know if he's ever been crushed by a boulder. It's not fun.
Have you?
Wyvern.
Depends on your definition of boulder.
There.
I mean, I haven't,
I told you before.
but I've seen 127 hours, and I know that wasn't fun.
Hey, Shadow Dragon.
Hey, Shadow Dragon. And before you get twisted, no, that was not his brother. That's just the lead into flashback. So yes, Wyvern's actual name is Clive Rossfield.
Oh, what's this?
13 summers earlier. Don't know why they didn't say 13 years, but I guess because it sounds more fantasy-y.
Yeah, probably. I'll be right back. I just got
Well,
word
if
the
you're not cut
package.
to be a shield, there's always work for you in the States.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you think you can defend your master while sat on your arse in a puddle of pig swill.
I'm sure he'd find a way. My brother always looks after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
So Shadow Dragon, are you still on your trip to Oregon, or have you gotten back home yet? Yes, Torgal is best boy. Torgal's the best character in this game.
Let's start again from the beginning. Come, show me your form.
Just yesterday, how's the trip? I'll be going on a trip next weekend for a week. So streams are going to be suspended during that time. Basically, family trip to the beach. We go there once a year,
Of your spellcraft.
but we didn't get to go last
The
year.
phoenix burn within you. Now let them burn without. Come, Clive. Rain fire down upon me.
Come, Clive, burn me alive. Burn me up a steak. I will say, like, as much as people dog on Final Fantasy XVI for having a Devil May Cry style combat system instead of a more RPG styled one, at least it integrates magic so much better than 15 did,
See if you can elude
where magic in 15 was basically, oh, grenades.
Your attacking prowess will count for naught if you don't live long enough to.
I don't like 15. I don't have a single good thing to say about 15. Other than having RNA in it, RNA is too good for that game.
How did you dodge that? I was sure I had you.
That was amazing!
Yeah, not quite. Good. Remember, Clive, your blade is not your own.
I also noticed some reused terminology here from 14 with
Any shield's arsenal.
this guy being referred to as the Lord Commander, and now I know that 14 also has its own Lord Commander that Lulu is very much a fan
By
of.
the Phoenix. Granted the use of its power. Call upon that power now to close on me. Well, I'm waiting. Oh, that all our shields could move so swiftly. Impressive. But even the most agile shield cannot hope to escape every blow. And death may come by a handful of cuts as easily as it comes by 1,000. There is only one way to ensure that you do not fall. Keep your wounds.
There's only one way to ensure that you do not die. Try not dying.
Speaking of which, my lord, you seem a little worse for wear. Now that won't do at all.
Pulls in hotels were pretty good. Last Blockbuster was good. Nostalgia Visit. Arcade places like Volcano Arcade was good, like Dragon Slayer and Metal Slug. Oh, Metal Slug. Mountain Fun also had that Rabbids VR right along in other arcades like Star Wars Battlepod and Aliens Armageddon, so yeah, it was definitely worth it. Glad to hear that, and also, that was a fucking mouthful. If you want a really good arcade that's worth making the trek to go to, there's one in a, like, little town near Chicago called Galloping Ghost that has a lot of, like, literally one-of-a-kind arcade machines there. And like the way that its pricing works is you pay like a flat entry fee, and then all the games are free to play. They've also got like some import games there that were never released outside of Japan, like the Castlevania Rail Shooter arcade game is a big draw of theirs, released for my friend group. Galloping Ghost is the name. They're the arcade that has the only Tattoo Assassins machine and the only Primal Rage 2 machine. And they've also got one of the only English arcade units for the Sonic arcade game. The one that had Mighty and Ray in it. They've also got like fucking every Capcom fighting game you could think of if you're into your fighting games. Last time I went there, they had the rare Japan exclusive arcade version of Left 4 Dead and Half-Life 2, I think. It might have been one or the other. Or maybe both. It could be one of those things I said. Which one it is, I can't remember. I'll have to look through the pictures. They had a StarCraft arcade game there, which was interesting.
And I'm back. What's this about StarCraft?
Oh, I was just telling Shadow Dragon that, like, if he wants to go to a really good arcade, he should go to Galloping Ghost.
Oh yeah.
That's better. Battle.
You didn't miss much, just in the middle of tutorials,
and death can be decided
like combat tutorials.
You must be
I
ready
wanted to get some ice cream anyways.
The only other thing you missed was like a little glimpse of Clive's younger brother, his childhood friend, and his dog.
Enough practice.
His dog Torgal, who was best boy.
You've recovered from your soaking, I trust. You wouldn't want to kick a man while he's drowned.
I thought you'd never ask.
Come then, Lord Rosfield. Spar with me. If you believe yourself worthy to be called Shield of the Flame, then prove it.
So, like, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of catching you up on, like, who our Clive Rosfield is, but he's basically one of the two princes of this kingdom. But his younger brother Joshua was chosen to be the dominant. So he, instead of being treated, you know, like royalty, he serves with the shields, which are basically the royal knights.
Taking this serious?
Keep going, Clive.
That's right.
But because he's still descended from the royal family, he has access to some of the Icon Phoenix's powers, but he can't summon Phoenix. Only Joshua can.
Hey, Kier.
Hello. I just popped in when I see
Hi,
training.
Kier.
I just got
Yeah, just a combat tutorial. When we're in the middle of a early game flashback sequence showing, like, how our boy Clive got to where he was at the beginning.
okay.
You also missed out on some summon battles that were in cutscenes.
Rested at last.
Oh.
One between Ifrit and Phoenix, and one between Shiva and Titan.
Your father.
Ooh.
You
Hey,
are
Shadow
a
Dragon.
Shield of the Flame, and let no one tell you otherwise.
Shadow Dragon's back from his trip to Bend, Oregon, where he went to the last blockbuster.
What are you lot
Nice.
gawping at? Back to your drill.
Hey, Dash Cat! Speaking
Dash
of
Cat.
my Final Fantasy, holy... I said this already, but none of you guys were here for it. I keep getting distracted by how sexy Benedicta is.
I have no idea who Benedict is.
Benedicta. Think of her like the Catwoman or the Poison Ivy of this game.
Ah.
I was just
Like the seductress who uses her sexiness to manipulate people.
It isn't a waste. My shields look after me. Why shouldn't I?
That's why. You were coughing this morning too. You shouldn't be outdoors.
I'll be fine. It's just a...
I'm not surprised it took you that long to platinum this. This is a beefy thing. Like, it is long.
Father's back.
I wonder what's more painful than 200%. This Final Fantasy 9 or Final Fantasy 10 or 13. I mean 15. I mean 12.
To see my darling boy.
I do not like this woman, Duchess Annabella. She can die in a fire.
Rosaria thanks you for your indefatigable loyalty.
Thank you, Your Grace. We live to serve.
She sounds like a
She's Clive's mother, and she hates him for not being chosen to be Phoenix's
Discuss this.
conduit. Basically, they're called
I'm sorry.
dominants. Are the people that can summon the summons in this game. And Joshua was chosen, but since Clive wasn't, she sees him as basically a waste of child. Like, you're the firstborn, and you didn't get chosen by the Phoenix, so fuck you.
Dashcat, don't fuck this lady.
you might catch
Don't
something.
fuck this bitch. Yeah.
Your Grace.
There's plenty of other reasons to not like her, but being a terrible mother is chief among them.
Oh, for
Our
Mother's Day, we need to do
spoilers are not allowed. Spoilers are not allowed, partly because I haven't beaten this game yet, and partly because our two boys here are not familiar with Final Fantasy XVI, so they don't know how this beginning sequence goes.
I'm too poor for a PS5.
I mean, now that Square's given up on PlayStation exclusivity, this should get ported to PC eventually. My guess is they'll probably, if it's like their other PlayStation to PC ports, then they'll probably include the expansion pack DLC as part of the base game.
Yeah.
I love how the summons are designed in this game, or icons as they call them. Oh boy, the Duke is here. Also, I love how the chocobos are designed. They look so fluffy.
Very regal.
It's the Dookie!
The Dookie Nookie.
I am the Dookie Nookie. I am here to destroy the evil.
Archduke Elwyn,
Welcome home, Father.
father of Clive and Joshua. And the girl that's there with them is basically sort of like
Yes,
childhood friend,
much better.
like semi-adopted into the family.
Spa.
Oh, okay. You said a girl. I'm like, wait a minute.
Black-haired girl right there.
Why does she look like Discount Shion?
And there's the best boy, Torby.
Aw, Torby.
Look at the boy.
Father.
Lift up your head, girl.
Thank you, Your Grace.
I keep forgetting some of the characters' names because it's been forever since I played this. Her name's Jill,
The capital rejoices at your safe
which is a shockingly, like, normie name for Final Fantasy.
Coming, my boy. We must make ready.
I still want to know, why does Jill look like Discount Shion?
Come to the throne room. We will talk there.
Yes, Father.
I mean, they're both Square Enix, but this is just a flashback sequence. She'll get a different design later on.
Shields dismissed.
It's just Kairi. Now, if you want to know really bad pacing for a Final Fantasy, I would have to honestly say, number. As much as I love number 10,
See the Archduke.
it takes a minute for anything to really oomph, you know?
I wouldn't know because I only played 10 once, and it was when I was a kid. I didn't get very far in it. Like, I got to, like, the first Blitzball tournament and couldn't figure out how to play Blitzball. and lost and just gave up.
Oh, yeah, Bliss Blah is terrible. I know how to cheese it, but even if you know how to cheese it, it's terrible to play. But what I was gonna say was, once you get past the Luca area, like right past that area, that's when it really kind of opens up more and feels a little bit more explorable. The thing about 13, the whole game feels like it's holding your hand until you get to the final boss. And the final boss is hard.
15 also has like fucking 15 has some of the most inept pacing and just generally inept everything I've seen in a Final Fantasy game so far. Like, as someone that hasn't played all the Final Fantasies, 15 is my least favorite so far.
I like 15 more than 13, I'll say that.
Why, neither the Empire nor the Republic treat their bearers half.
Like, my main...
Okay, this is sort of...
Your father's dominion.
Oh,
very lucky.
This bit right here is an important bit of lore that they're introducing. The people that have these, like, black tribal markings on their faces are called, I believe they're called branded, if I remember. Basically, they're the slave class. They're,
will continue.
like, they're seen as subhuman.
Is your lordship's wish?
Okay, I've been watching a lot of isekai that deal with slavery, so I'm curious on how they are going to portray it.
That you serve.
As do we all, my lord.
Because isekais I've been
You'll be happy.
reading and watching.
You'll be happy to hear that in terms of how this game portrays, like, the plight of the enslaved class. If I remember correctly, a later part of the game involves, like, basically organizing a slave revolt.
Yeah, Dashka, I'm kind of with you because
So
like,
it's very anti-slavery. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Because
Yeah, they
like
don't. You're right.
you missed the beginning. You missed the beginning where it showed like a grown-up Clive, where he has a branded mark on his face. So like, basically, he's been at the beginning where it starts off like before going into this flashback sequence. He's been forced into slavery. And obviously this game treats that as a bad thing, which should be the default, but somehow most isekai don't seem to get that.
Yeah. They'd be like, I want to be your slave forever. Like, no, I get you're trying to say, hey, you love this person and you trust this person, but there's a whole lot of a better way to show that.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I agree, Dash Cat. Clive in the span of a few years goes from twink to hunk.
Can we get a twunk?
Also, Kier, do you notice anything different about my voice?
You commanded my presence, Your Grace.
It's silky.
How may I serve you?
He's using a XLR mic that I sent him.
Ah.
Yep.
I like that even the Archduke doesn't like how what's her bitch treats her own children.
Yeah. And Dash Cat, yeah, you're right.
Like the Archduke's a good guy.
All of the northern reaches.
Except for this guy, it's one Conan, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Before it crosses the border.
And we all know Kuja is twink coded.
Nearly every available bed in the
Twink brat coded, I should say.
Deadlands.
Final Fantasy 9
If we were to send them
character.
south to Port Isolde, more would only follow in their wake. Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
Wait, Ben Starr.
Against the Iron Kingdom.
Ben Starr,
We have traded blows
I think I don't know if I've seen it or not. Also, for the Final Fantasy XIV fans, I found this out through through a friend of the channel, Lulu. Did you know that Estinian's voice actor from Final Fantasy XIV is on Cameo now?
Relinquish it easily.
Oh,
This
I
will
did
be
not
a
know
bitter
that.
fight.
We ride for Phoenix Gate tomorrow.
Okay, I didn't see that
Today we will
picture.
listen to the words of our ancestors, as tradition dictates.
That's a good shit.
I need to play 9 before that rumored remake comes out. Yeah, I need to play 9 as well, considering I've got multiple ways to play it now, but I still haven't booted it up.
Oh, I need to play 9 also. I played it multiple times up to like disc 3.
What's Cameo? Cameo is a website where you can, like, pay people to record a short, like, shout-out video for you.
Yes.
Usually celebrities, they decide on their own rates. Like,
While we ride north,
it's usually celebrities, but you also have, like, impressionists, voice actors, all sorts of people on there. The price that you pay is dependent on, like, how long your how long the thing you want them to say is, and, like, what their going rate is, all sorts of things. Like, some people are cheaper than others. To my understanding, Estinian's voice actor is relatively cheap.
By the way, I found out the cost of one of the hot sauces they got from Hawaii. That's super good.
Yeah.
And they got other flavors, being papaya and mango.
That will be all.
So I'm
we ride at dawn.
tempted. It's like $11.
Yes, Your Grace.
So since I talked all over this cutscene, basically Clyde's mission come morning is to go explore a like ruined town nearby and see if there's goblins there. Probably no cursed shit happens on Cameo. Okay, so like back when Gilbert Gottfried was alive, he was people's go-to person to say the most fucked up things because like you send them a script of what you want them to say, and they can like approve or reject it, and Gilbert Gottfried would just approve of anything, even if it was meant for someone else that rejected it. Like, my favorite thing that Gilbert Gottfried ever said during his time on Cameo was, "Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and hey, Jeffrey Epstein, I heard what you did, and I have to say that wasn't very poggers."
Well, that was the one where he was like trying so hard. Not that I thought he was holding his laughing. I think for that shit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Was it that one. Like he's like, "What the fuck is poggers?" His face said it. Like, what the fuck is poggers? Is that a new disease?
How long will you be away this time?
Not long. 4 days, maybe 5.
And you will be taking Joshua?
Well, I can't exactly leave him behind, can I? The blood of the Rosfields runs in his veins. Before going to war, we perform the rite at Phoenix Gate. It's our way. You know that. And only the dominant can enter the apothecary, so yes, I'm taking Joshua.
Oh, to hell with your way! The boy is ill.
You think I don't know that? But the boy is also the Phoenix.
Yeah, that's right. These two are cousins. Because this is, you know, medieval fantasy, so of course there's some inbreeding going on.
Don't
Lovely.
Clive will watch over him. Though he is a youth
Sweet
of
home,
15 years,
Alabama.
he's already a fine
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I should show that off. If you touch the touchpad, or I would guess when this gets ported to PC, it would be the select button. During any cutscene, you can bring up, like, basically a diagram that shows, like, oh, below of whatever's going on in this scene, so you don't have to look it up afterwards.
Oh, okay.
I like that. That's actually
That's a nice touch.
that's something that should be added to games from now on. Because how many times have you played a game and go like, wait, what the fuck do I have to do?
Right.
You see more in him than the Phoenix did. He was rejected, Elwyn. Our household has no place for such a failure. He is worthless. A man like any other.
Shut up, bitch.
As am I, my dear.
Nonsense. You are the Archduke of Rose.
I love Faye just calls her out on her bullshit. Hey, I wasn't chosen by the Phoenix either. Was that make me?
Sit upon the throne because my father was taken before his time. I'm merely warming the seat till Joshua comes of age.
You are your father's firstborn son, and you sit upon the throne. All is in its right place. Unlike some, you have not disgraced our noble blood.
Without men like Clive to keep us safe, your precious noble blood would long since have graced.
Hey, Gig.
Evening, Gig.
I'm Archduke Rostfield. Archduke Elwyn just has no time for her bee shit.
Oh,
Such a
sorry, I
Chad.
found another box.
Also, active time lore was clearly a response from criticisms of Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, because Final Fantasy 15 didn't explain shit unless you watched the tie-in movie and the tie-in anime series and bought all the DLC and played it after launch when all the patches came in that added in story details that weren't there at launch. 15 story is a fucking mess.
You're going with them tomorrow, aren't you?
I am
Of
Joshua's
course.
shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
Like, the one part of 15 I like is the fight against Leviathan, and that's because it's basically just ripping off the ending of Sonic Adventure.
Oswald ends
Except that's the
well.
halfway point of the game.
Another mission too.
Oh, Oswald doesn't. It doesn't.
Well,
Well, oh
gives me my
shit.
first command.
Well, if you're not going to pray to Metia for your safe return, I shall just have to do it for you. There's going to be another war, isn't there?
All right, that's it.
Coming
This
here,
means
confronted,
war.
confronted. I assumed the war between our nations would be the last.
I hope you know, this means war.
But it never really ends, does it?
War.
No.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
The next war will be bigger than before.
War. It's
Won't
fantastic.
you, Clive? You're a shield of Rosaria, after all, and blessed by the Phoenix.
War. War has changed.
They say war never changes.
Or, what's the... Yeah, that's the thing from, Fallout. I was trying to remember it. It's, Fallout's thing is war never changes, but then Metal Gear Solid 4 directly contradicts it intentionally with its opening monologue by saying war has changed.
I just like to quote Christmas
Also-
Beauty where he says, go ahead, sorry.
Also, if you're not familiar with the war never changes, quote from, Fallout, if you play the original Fallout, that opening narration is done by Ron Perlman.
Nice.
Where's Snake at? Unfortunately, there's no tie-in with this game. Like, Metal Gear Solid has done so many tie-ins with random franchises not owned by Konami. Like, the one or two times they did tie-ins with Assassin's Creed was pretty cool.
Sorry, Ambrosia. I won't be
I
hunting today.
barely remember it. I don't even remember the event. I didn't even participate in the event. That's the question.
I'll try.
Good luck!
Yeah, I'm not joking. In Metal Gear Solid 4, they have some references to the first Assassin's Creed because Hideo Kojima was a fan of that game. He was probably the only person who was a fan of the original Assassin's Creed.
May the blessing of the crystals
And that Sock Puppet Monkey game. Sock Puppet Monkey game. Why does that sound familiar?
open the gates.
I was gonna say,
Unless you're talking about Ape Escape. If you're talking about Ape Escape, then yeah, there was that because at the time, Metal Gear Solid was a PlayStation exclusive mostly, so Sony allowed them to use Ape Escape stuff for Metal Gear Solid 3.
Thank you.
But then when it got remastered in HD, they took out the Ape Escape stuff.
Why does that dude look so cheesy? Like a super cheesy, weaker He-Man?
Say what an honor it is to serve alongside you.
Do you see it?
Oh, I see it.
Yes. I half expect him to break out into, break out into a better rendition of What's Going On than the original. If you've heard the original What's Going On by 4 Non-Blondes, it's fucking terrible. The He-Man version is objectively superior in every way.
Because what they were trying to do is go for the sad, depressing punk rock thing. When it's like, bro, go the.
It's not even punk rock. It's like an acoustic ballad sung by a woman who cannot hit the right pitch and has a voice like a fucking banshee.
What I'm trying to say though is
and not in a cool metal way, but in a it will rupture your ears with how grating it is way. And then the He-Man version is just the one everyone likes.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is it's very similar to how blues is, where you're making fun or parody of like a bad situation. When you look at the lyrics and stuff, there's upbeat, and it's like, oh, think of it as the what's that song? Pump the Kicks. How we basically turned that to a club song.
Yeah, even though we really shouldn't have.
Yeah, but we still bump to it, start dancing to it.
By the way, this is the same engine as Final Fantasy XIV. That's true. It's a really flexible engine.
Keep your eyes open for those goblins.
Didn't this game also have most of the 14 staff on it?
What's your step, my lord?
Yeah, and the same director.
And everything else.
If only they didn't put it on one system.
All right, time to hunt some goblins.
Not exactly the most well-maintained path.
Goblins.
Who do you imagine would maintain
Goblin these nuts.
They've all fled from the blight.
It's hard to believe that anyone used
Goblin these nuts.
The old village of Stillwind.
That's why I just said.
Not that there's a lot left of it.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I froze for a second. Don't sue me.
So news you might.
I'll see you in court then.
So Starscream is trending on Twitter.
Why?
People are just
might have to do with
iconic stuff.
Oh, I thought it was because we finally got like a confirmed cast list for that Transformers 1 movie coming out this year.
I have no idea, but I'm just looking at random. Is this on my feed? This is random stuff. I haven't seen anything, but people are sharing fan art, favorite scenes.
Look
and
at the
such.
goblins. I love the monster designs in this game.
Those look like the Rankin-Bass versions of the goblins from The Hobbit.
Where there's a whip, there's a way.
They look more like the thing from Legend of Zelda. Can't think of their name.
I know it. Bokoblins. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Bokoblins.
Yeah, it's the ears. So they gave them like larger, exaggerated ears than you normally would see.
Goblins.
Mixed with that with Dobby.
We should press on. There may be more ahead.
Dobby's buff older cousins.
Dobby was
The only goblin that we support. The only goblin that we support here is Honey Goblin because she's cute.
Yes.
But these goblins, no.
Have care, my lord.
Nope.
Oh yeah, Honey Goblin. I love checking. Like, oh yeah, she has a really good personality too.
It does.
Yeah, this game's got an OST that like it's more atmospheric than it is like leitmotifs and like iconic themes. But in a way that I think actually like really adds to the scenes that it's in, as opposed to a lot of Sony's recent exclusives where it just sounds like generic movie trailer music. And goblins are not to be confused with gremlins, in which case the gremlin we support is Iron Mouse. Or as she calls herself, a gremlin. Find the Flame Titan boss theme, all three of them. Yeah. This game does have some really good music in it. Like, it's no Nobuo Uematsu soundtrack, obviously, but it's better than a lot of recent Final Fantasy music. That's not counting, like, remixes of earlier themes. Don't diss God of War's OST. What? Like, my stance on God of War's OST is that it's good music, it's just not Bear McCreary's best. I've heard better from him.
Watch out, my lord. Some of their number of spell slingers.
And what a number. We'll all have our hands full here.
And my other stance on God of War's music is that it's not bad music, but it did not deserve to win over Doom Eternal. Yeah, 14's got a lot of great music in it, but a lot of it is remixes of like standard Final Fantasy tunes, except done in orchestrated style. Well, actually a variety of genres now that I think about it. And a lot of the raid boss themes have really unique sounds to them, except for the one that just sounds like Power Man 5000. That one goes hard, but it also just sounds like Power Man 5000. Like, to give you an idea of what, how many genres 14 soundtrack covers, it's got a boss theme that's basically just like a serial numbers filed out version of This Is Halloween.
Square. It might not be a nest of goblins.
Like, 7's the easiest choice for best OST just because of how iconic it is. So I say it's like so good that it's disqualified from discussions of favorite Final Fantasy soundtracks just because it's on a tier above everyone else.
Oh, I'm kind of baked right now, so I'm just like, wait, what? If we're talking about OST,
Cascading near me and Dashcat are having discussions about Final Fantasy OSTs.
To take care of his
We
followers.
were talking about OSTs. One of my two favorite are 9 for obvious reasons, and 10 because they both use the similar technique of using the motifs like similar to how Banjo-Kazooie did. Yeah, I'm a sucker for something like that, you know.
Yeah, I am too.
I have to double check the OST though for 4 and 6. I get them mixed up. So I need to re-listen to those. But I will say
6 has some damn impressive music in it for Super Nintendo standards, especially the opera scene.
okay, it was that one then, yeah. I will say the music also from both 11 and 14 are really good.
Yeah, 14's music is great.
Yeah. You can sit back and just relax and listen to the music. Okay.
Right, staggered. Time to pound his ass. Wait. Don't get the wrong idea. Especially that goblin. Especially since goblins are involved. Actually, now that I think about it, it's usually the goblins that are pounding the ass.
Yeah, Dash Cat. For 8. 8 has some really good music. I would go as far to say, while 8 might not be in my top, 3, it is in my top 5. Because when you have songs like You're Not Alone, Eyes on Me, like Lugana's battle theme goes so hard, it made me kind of like trance music. Funny how one boss
If you want to talk about RPG games, if you want to talk about underrated RPG in general, soundtracks that go really hard, I will always stand by this one. The OST for Legend of Dragoon is one of the best soundtracks on the PS1.
As soon as you said, as soon as you started speaking, I'm like, is Maxine gonna say, Legend? Like, oh, fucking yes. Like, the opening theme song is like Middle Eastern inspired when you listen to the chords and the scale progression it uses, but it is beautiful.
Like the tune from the opening cutscene with the raid on the village is forever ingrained in my memory. It was like the first time I heard a piece of more cinematic styled video game music as a kid that genuinely moved me.
Yeah, like I like the opening, like even the title theme goes hard.
Yeah.
The menu theme goes hard, and could we say 3 different boss battle themes? Each of them so good.
Yep, and of course there's Dart's theme. And Mara's theme is another personal favorite of mine.
Oh, I like her. I was like, everyone likes Rose as well. Her design.
Well, I'm not even talking about character designs, I'm talking about themes.
I know I'm going all over with Legend of Dragoon because you know I'm a gush over Legend of Dragoon.
But yeah, of course everyone likes Rose's design. She's sexy. She's a sexy goth mommy.
There's so many characters that are likable in that franchise, you know? Like, even the villains.
Yeah.
Like, I hate Emperor Dole. He deserves everything he got. But he's still an interesting... Like, even
Lloyd is such a bastard, but he's so intriguing.
like there's just so many interesting characters. Like even if they're there for like one boss thing, their introduction is just there. Like you curious.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about with Dash Cat. Final Fantasy 15 is up there for me, but isn't Yoko Shimomura's best. I agree. Yoko Shimomura's best is like it's hard to say what's Yoko Shimomura's best without just saying the entire Kingdom Hearts soundtrack.
Oh God!
Like the entire soundtrack for the whole series. Yeah, this is our first boss.
That thing's breath is worse than its bite.
I see what you mean. We call them Morbi instead of
This is a Morbi, Malbele, as it's known in other Final Fantasy games. They keep going back and forth on the translation of its name.
I want Morboro because we started saying Morbi. It's like no, that's a baby or a small one, and we had those in 15. Oh, that's kind of asked about the 12. About the 12.
Final Fantasy 12 OST. I'm not familiar with that one because I haven't played 12.
I heard it. I played it. For me personally, I don't like Van as a character. It's like it's a combination of that and the way the battle system works. It's just not my cup of tea. So it makes it hard for me to remember even the music from it.
Where's it going?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Bilbo used Dig.
Lever is using Swallow now. And it's actually a Pokemon move, by the way.
Yep.
You're welcome, here.
Bro, my PTSD from Morboro is Final Fantasy. Which one was it? I want to say 7, but it was most likely number 9.
My PTSD from a Magaro is a bit too spicy animation I saw of Tifa in a Malboro.
I like how it just snap from the side to be right in front of you. I caught that. Yeah, the funny thing is, Dash Cat, whenever I dealt with Mobiros, it was mainly after like 9 hours of not saving.
They also use SpongeBob's "I'm ugly" and "I pride for him." I love that joke. That's a brilliant way to describe it. Like, when this comes to PC, someone needs to mod it so when the mobile uses bad breath, it plays like the guy from that episode going, "Hello!"
Dash Cat, you maybe have to look something up right now. I'm not sure if it's there. Give me one moment.
You think? I'd rather we made it die is a great one-liner. I diagnose you with dead. There we go. It's dead.
You are dead. Don't be
Also, I
surprised.
love this. I love this version of the victory theme. It's so epic. This game is too easy once you find the abilities to abuse. Yeah, the combat's very unbalanced in this game, I will admit to that. But, it's still fun.
My lord. Thanks. I never thought I'd see it. Not just goblins in Rosaria, but...
Like, the combat in this game is nowhere near as deep as you would expect from a Devil May Cry type game, but it makes up for it with pure spectacle.
Here, they'll be at our gates before long.
We should get moving. We don't want to be caught out here after dark.
If we set off now, we can still reach Phoenix Gate before nightfall. Damned blight.
Unless you were at the Kairos Gate or some icon trails. Yeah, that's They do have some good optional challenges to provide you with some more difficult things, but even those can be cheesed pretty easily. You could still do some nutty shit in this game. Yeah, as expected from a game with the same combat designer as Devil May Cry 5. Six and a half hours later.
Suddenly, thousands of red eyes. No, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. His lordship draws his sword. The goblin chief runs off screaming. Straight down a marvel's
More tales! Drink and be merry, boys! Good work on the morrow.
Must be gratifying to see your student.
Now, I may not be someone who's seen military action before, but isn't it a bad idea to drink and party the night before you're going off to war?
He may even deign to join us.
Like, wouldn't you want to not have me hungover in the morning when you're going into combat?
I mean, in today's day and age, yeah, but back then it was a different story.
I mean, in general, like... By the way, the devs worked on this game while working on the expansions of Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, it's impressive that they managed to get something like this out while also working on a MMO that has constant updates.
Are you unwell?
No, Father. Just a little tired.
Well, it has been a long day.
They all like Clive, don't they?
Aye.
I'll be right back, guys. I need to grab some more coffee.
Very proud of him.
Hey.
Father? Why is it that the dominance is always born into our family? Doesn't seem fair.
We cannot live without the blessing of the crystals. And the crystals work their magic through us. You have been blessed, Joshua. Blessed to be a dominant, to wield the power of an icon. Our family has been chosen to share that power. So that is what we must do.
We're just abusing Ari at this point while she's not around.
My God! The shotgun!
I had my headphones on while I was gone, so I heard what you guys were doing to me.
I looked away. What?
I don't suppose I've been missed.
Yes, I've got my pressed coffee now instead of this day-old coffee.
Nice.
Ah, Jesus, that's hot.
Well, you know, it's
Need some time to cool down.
freshly brewed, so what do you expect?
So much for you being a fine hound.
So, I guess I found out what I was trying to find out. So, I was trying to see if they included, because we were talking about Final Fantasy 9 so much. I'm like, oh, let me just double check and see if the 2-player mod is there. If the full ports don't have the 2-player mode.
Hot like Sid's voice. Oh, just waiting.
It's the vegetables I don't like.
I don't think that JKR and Kier are prepared for this game, Sid. Like, without spoiling too much about this game, Sid, he radiates daddy energy.
I hear you slew a Morble.
Oh boy.
All the men were singing your praises.
They never used to. When I joined the ranks, everyone thought I was a spoilt little lordling. If I didn't know how to handle a sword, I'd be a laughingstock. The Archduke's firstborn failure. You're the one they really believe in.
Boo! You stink!
That's not true. They don't believe in me. They believe in the power of the dominant.
My brother the Phoenix, ruler over life and death.
It isn't fair. It should have been you.
Legit might think he's my favorite rendition of Sid. He's my favorite so far around the ones I've seen.
But you do.
Partly because he's like an active participant in how the story unfolds instead of just being a party member.
Ours was decided long ago.
I'm gonna be
Or being like just the mechanic guy. Okay.
Okay, Kier.
All to ensure that whenever our nation stood on a precipice, the Phoenix...
It's a very different take on Sid, but it's a very welcome different take on Sid.
The fate of Rosaria sits on the dominant shoulders.
JKR, since you're not familiar with like recurring Final Fantasy things, starting from I believe it was Final Fantasy 3, every game has a character named Sid. And usually they're portrayed as like a mechanic.
To keep our future rulers safe, no matter what.
I'm vaguely recalling...
7 Rebirth Sid or 16 Sid, who's more daddy? I haven't gotten to where Sid's introduced in Rebirth yet, but I would still probably say 16 Sid.
I'm vaguely recalling a Sid character who happened to have been a mechanic sort of character in that one D&D campaign I played years ago with the former, my former DM and former friend.
Probably taking inspiration from Final Fantasy for that.
Oh, I know it was. My ex was actually the one who gave the DM the idea. Because she gave him, I think she was the one who gave him, now I don't know. I feel like she might have told him about some ideas, but I remember that was like, we started playing that particular campaign during the pandemic when it first broke out. So it's kind of a blur.
I also thought that 15 Sid was kind of lame, but then again, Sydney is supposed to be our actual Sid for that game.
Yeah, the Sid character.
Like, yeah, there's still a Sid in 15, but he doesn't do much, and Cindy is instead like the prepper Sid for that one.
Like, the Sid I remember was like this cat girl sort of character. Now I don't know if that was just him.
Your time.
I don't know if that was just the DM, you know, taking inspiration of cat girls and, you know, throwing that in for his wife, or what. But
Yeah, the localizers did fuck up Cindy's name because it was supposed to be Sydney. That's the obvious one to go with, and that's what they called her in Japan. Oh.
What in the?
Uh-oh.
Oops, you broke it.
And say they did more than just break something.
I was close as I could get.
Hey, that's rude. I read that like it was Jar Jar saying how rude.
How rude?
Like how rude in response to having your throat slit.
How rude. Yeah, you know, looking back on the like on the prequel trilogy, Jar Jar wasn't like the most egregious thing, but you know, again, that was not even Ahmed Best's fault. It was just he was portraying the character the way he was told to portray the character.
Yeah.
Is that?
Depends on what you think it is, kid.
Forgive me, my prince. It's me, Wade. You probably don't remember me.
I remember. What is it?
I remember you, Wade. You're the guy from the Knuckles TV show.
They've set light to half the castle. I must get you to safety, Your Highness.
Very well. I'm ready.
Follow me, Your Highness.
Fighting for the
Now this is very much a heavily scripted sequence, but still pretty cool that we get a brief glimpse at like what the power of a dominant who's not even properly trained is like.
No!
Wade's World? No, that's Wayne's World.
And the Robotnik no was actually a response to Wade's World.
By the way, I've actually
What was that?
If you want to hear the absolute worst composition of Bohemian Rhapsody ever, play Wade's World. Now you got me saying it. If you want to hear the worst version of Bohemian Rhapsody ever, play Wayne's World for the Sega Genesis.
Everything's on fire.
No.
Fall back, Your Highness. He's not one of us.
It sounds more like Weird Al's Bohemian Polka than it does Bohemian Rhapsody. Because the choice, like they're obviously limited by the Sega Genesis sound chip, which can't really do sampled music like the Super Nintendo can. But the choice of like sound they went with sounds less like it should and sounds more like accordions.
This is Sambra Quagab.
God, I feel bad for Joshua. I do too.
We must find my father.
Long live the Empire!
This actually is the Empire who's attacking.
Why would the Empire do this?
So yeah, what you missed was the Empire snuck in and they're setting the fort ablaze.
So what you're saying is they're trying to become the Fire Nation, while fighting a Fire Nation person with fire.
Yes.
So the Empire strikes back.
Why are they fighting fire with fire?
Because why not?
Because
they're taking the turn literally.
I was gonna say there's a Metallica song about that, but no, it's actually a Megadeth song.
Hey, Miles.
Hey, Miles is here.
Damn it! His wounds are deep.
I can save him.
Ignoring the 7 remake trilogy, you think the next game will be M-rated? I don't know, because I don't feel like they were aiming for an M rating with this one. It's more so they just kind of wound up with it.
Going to be all right.
But given that we finally got an M-rated Final Fantasy, I wouldn't be surprised if they ventured a little bit further in, like, showing violence like they did in this game. And, weren't afraid to, get an M rating for future entries.
Clive!
Joshua!
They said that they did aim for it? Oh, in that case, my mistake.
Tyler, you're hurt.
Either way, I'm glad that this game doesn't shy away from showing, like, it's not gratuitous violence, like, it's not like Mortal Kombat or old school God of War thing, but it does have some pretty, like, harrowing scenes of people being injured and killed.
You rescued the young prince.
But and also, you know, it does have some more sexuality to it than you typically get in a Final Fantasy.
Thank you, Your Grace.
But it's nothing really explicit. Like, you can find much more explicit stuff in other, just like first-party Sony titles that are M-rated. Part of that has to do with, my guess is Square Enix didn't want to do, like, regional censorship for Japan and then have it uncensored in the West. So they, like, limited what exactly could be shown. Because, Japan's ratings board is, like, they're okay with sexual stuff, but they hate violence. So it's the opposite of how it is in America, where we're okay with gruesome violence, but how dare you show a titty?
Yeah, right.
It's actually funny that you mentioned titty.
The North Gate's up ahead.
Right?
There are chocobos in the stables.
That segue, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know that song, what was it, 1,000 Miles?
Shield, remember?
You know, I will walk
1,000 miles or,
I remember.
Oh, are you talking about 1,000 Miles by, Vanessa Carlton, or are you talking about I'm gonna be 500 miles by, the Proclaimers?
The first one, when a woman sang,
The one that starts with making my way downtown.
Yeah. So I would for like a good like 10 minutes, right? I was thinking,
I'm counting on you.
Oh, making my way downtown, not walking fast, titties pass as I walk by. I was literally thinking.
Didn't Resident Evil 2 and Shadow of the Tomb Raider change the blood and gore to black blood in Japan, or was that China? It might have been both. Well, with China, they tend to change it to white rather than black, which ends up looking really unfortunate.
It's worse. It is far fucking worse.
Whereas in Japan, they usually get around like blood and gore by just changing the color of the blood to black, or sometimes like if you're doing like Danganronpa, where they stylize it by making it hot pink.
Yeah. But seriously, like, I seen some of the scenes that were censored in China, and oh my gosh, everyone's commenting like the janitors from those spicy animes hate this place.
We're too late. Everyone's dead.
Yeah, it's actually far worse when you think about it.
Yeah, it's worse because they make it look like something completely different has happened.
Yes.
The only time I can think of in an M-rated game where they changed the blood to white in Japan is Metal Gear Rising, where they made it white blood, but even then that still makes some lore sense because in earlier, like in Metal Gear Solid 4, we saw that Cyborg Raiden had white blood in that entry. And in Metal Gear Rising's expanded lore, it's explained that, like, white blood was used by older models of cyborgs and that they replaced it with red blood that's more efficient.
We're going to get you an artificial
none escape.
As you command.
blood. These guys get the good shit.
Why white, though? In Metal Gear Solid 4, it's definitely to add some homoeroticism elements to the fight, the climactic fight between Raiden and Vamp. Because there's a lot of sexual undertones between Raiden and Vamp's rivalry in that game. Whereas in Metal Gear Rising, it was like, oh, we've already had white blood as a thing with cyborg characters, which is what you're fighting in this game. So let's just stick with that.
So yeah, I gotta say it. Dash Cat coming in.
Oh, for censorship, I don't know what for the China censorship, I have no idea what possessed them to make it white.
May I have this done?
Because Dash Cat was coming in with the real questions.
Shield who was blessed by the Phoenix. Not that it will save you.
You're going to notice I take a lot of hits in this fight, and that's because I tend to be a very reckless player in these kind of games. Not doing a lot of dodging and parrying.
I'm gonna mute myself for a couple minutes because I want to do my Duolingo before it gets too late.
Okay. Mute, not eat. Like I said earlier, when Dascat and Shadow Dragon and Miles weren't here, I prefer how they incorporate magic into combat in this game over how 15 did it. Because 15, I barely used magic for my whole playthrough, just because of how unwieldy it was to use it.
I hated magic in 15. I'm about to say... I know you want to hit other Final Fantasies, and I'm gonna tell you right now to save yourself a headache. The magic system in number 8 is broken as hell.
I've heard a lot of things in I've heard that a lot of things in Final Fantasy VIII's combat mechanics are broken as hell.
Broken in hell in a fun way, though.
Yeah.
It all depends on, do you want to spend literally like 50 hours getting OP before you fight the first boss?
I mean, you can do that in Final Fantasy 1 as well with the Plateau of Power.
Oh, I'm talking about if you know.
Oh no, Peninsula of Power. No, I'm talking about like in Final Fantasy 1, there's just like this one early game area that has a lot of high level enemies and you can just grind against them and get over leveled super quick.
That's actually become a trope, I think.
And it And it wasn't intentional, like a lot of the broken things in Final Fantasy 1. Isn't blue magic completely shit in 8?
Are you hurt?
Dash Cat asks, isn't blue magic completely shit in 8?
The blue magic not so much, because the blue magic can help you farm items for ultimate weapons, if I'm not mistaken.
To invade us.
But magic in general, you really shouldn't just use. You better all stockpiling it, but not drawing 100 like everyone did. Just speed run your way to get like magic refined for a card mod. But for Final Fantasy VIII, if you want to know how broken it gets, you can get everyone's ultimate weapon.
What if there are others?
When you get Zell, you can use his ultimate limit break if you know the combinations to get to it. You can basically max out your stats before you even reach like level 10.
Oh no. Organization 13 found us.
No, it's the men in the robes. It just didn't want the black ones.
Actually, since it's brown robes, technically that makes it Ansem Seeker of Darkness. Now that I think about it.
Oh, you're all right. Thank goodness.
I kind of, oh my god, I want mods for this game because I thought it's like hilarious.
For the moment.
The person under the robe should be like either Spider-Man or Venom.
Help to see Joshua safely back to the capital. On you get, Joshua.
They wouldn't be able to do that in this cutscene at least, because this is pre-rendered.
Non-pre-rendered stuff, though, that would be fun as hell.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but that won't be possible.
Now come on, why'd you have to kill the owl? Or the chocobo? What'd they do?
Yo, I don't know if that is gunfire or fireworks. It's raining outside.
Yeah, I have that same problem over here.
Like, when I first got inside, I heard 6 shots. They were not the same shots as these.
You must do your duty.
Hey, Proto.
Hey, Proto.
I got a bone to pick with
I saw the Y'shtola art that you sent me, and it's very tasteful. Especially the censored version.
Yeah, about that Proto, I opened that at work.
I'm counting on you.
No one was behind me or anything. Yes, I was at work.
Anyways, ready to here, since you weren't here from the beginning, ready to see what Phoenix looks like in this game? Because Joshua's angry.
This boy's on fire. Hey, Proto, long time no see.
Phoenix.
The Phoenix!
Seriously, I said this earlier, but I'm saying it again. I love the design of the icons in this game.
Yeah, this was pretty good, actually. I have to say,
And we're also getting ready to see Ifrit.
He's lost control. I have to do something. I have to save him. No, my lord. Fall back.
Yes, you should send JKR the censored Y'shtola.
Oh!
The who's Ifrit plot point is so silly. Agreed, because it's obvious from the beginning.
Yeah.
Thank you, God. You saved my life.
Why they keep killing the chocobos?
Get her on her feet and run.
They are bird haters.
Please.
How dare.
strike out against the horse birds.
Joshua, are you in pain? Not now. Come on! You're his shield. Do your duty. Save him.
Frodo, you should. Oh my god. You should make like a 5-frame GIF. That is terrifying.
Oh no, it's the man on fire. The man on fire. We're in Metal Gear Solid 5 territory now. But yeah, say hello to Ifrit.
Second icon of fire. That's impossible.
Oh shit. It's vaporized.
Yeah. So yeah, it's obvious that our boy Clive is Ifrit, but like they try to make a whole mystery out of like, oh, who is Ifrit when we already saw who Ifrit is.
Who are you?
Ifrit is hot as fuck, literally.
Okay, I see the inspiration for this version of the Phoenix. There's a little bit of Valifor in there in the beat they decided to go with. Proto contributed confirmed.
Yeah, now we basically get to do a kaiju battle between summons.
Human Torch. Oh my god, I forgot about Human Torch. Good. Tails, you reminded me about, oh my god. I actually enjoyed the very old school Fantastic Four.
You mean the 90s movie that I showed you?
That one too, but I'm talking about like the old cartoons.
Oh, which old cartoons? Like the 60s one or the 90s one?
60s one. I like how cheesy they were. They were fun.
Yeah, for some reason they had Magneto in one episode, even though Magneto's not a Fantastic Four villain.
Yeah.
And he's defeated by a wooden gun. Yeah, this does play like the .hack GU Avatar fights, kinda.
So, Tails, you made me so happy about saying that. I've been wanting to play .hack for a minute.
Yes, this is such a great battle theme. I love it.
It really is. Like ever since number 11, I love it when they bring in like choirs and stuff like this. Because it also gives me an Ayrton Lico feel.
Sorry if I'm not responding to chat messages right now. I really can't look at chat and do this at the same time.
Do you want me to read chat for you?
Sure.
Got Dash guys say, fuck, this song slaps. I agree.
Yeah,
Miles
that was one of them I responded to earlier.
Okay, yeah, Miles is leveling their Viper. Nice. Dragon Cell. I think the last time I've ever seen anything Fantastic Four related was when Ghost Rider gave Galactus the Penance Stare. Oh, I heard about that.
I did not hear about that. That sounds awesome.
Was it? That was the comics, I think, right?
Yeah, that was the comics, because Galactus hasn't appeared in the movies yet.
Yeah, that's like I think I want to say that was like 2 months ago. And Dutch guy said, "Holy shit, lyrics you can actually understand. It's not Latin like previous games." That's how you know shit's
Yeah, I don't
really
know why I don't know why so many, like, epic choruses go for Latin, other than it just sounds, ancient and cool. But I like that it has, like, hey, these are lyrics in a language that people actually speak.
I feel like you're calling me out because I want to make a whole game and let me stop. Wait, it's animated? Yo! I have to see the. I heard about the Penance Stare. But I don't. Obviously, he's in pain. But I have to see that. I did not know it was animated. Proto said they might be able to get the Down Trail expansion soon if everything works out. I have an interview on Friday. Congrats.
Nice.
Hopefully, like
I had to go through a whole. I found out the hard way that getting the free trial for 14 set up Damnation in.
Oh, it tells it's been power leveling 80 to 89. Nice.
And just like the Spirit Bomb, it's fucking worthless.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this mess.
I don't fucking know either.
A lot of Dragon Ball references. Oh wow. Did they land on that guy?
Yes.
So he's not just dead, he did dead.
This was the second time we've seen someone get squished.
But they said he was dead. He must be double dead.
I mean, what was it, Vanquish? The cutscene literally had people get like vaporized, I think, right? Like boil or something, like boil like.
I don't know, I haven't played Vanquish.
Oh, I think you would very much enjoy Vanquish.
I had Vanquish, I just haven't played it yet.
I know you would love it. If what I remember, it's supposed to be over the top.
Well, it's Platinum Games, so yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Dragon Ball references to the day, the niece ran and tripped over a cat and Yamcha'd on the floor.
Yeah, this cutscene is hard to watch because the voice actor does such a fucking good job.
Joshua! Stop it! Stop it! I swore I would protect him! Please! Please! Stop it!
The one is the incarnation of rebirth, and the other is of destruction, I'm assuming.
Basically, yeah. Also, there's only supposed to be one icon of every element, so if it being a thing is like fucky. Oh no, he just I am a man punched him. And then he exploded.
Murderer. I'll kill you!
You just make me think about the chick who had acid booba and exploded.
Why'd he explain? I'm not going to read that considering Joshua was a kid.
Please!
Quite a mess, that
Yeah, you might want to think about that one.
Phoenix. Can't be helped. Oh, my condolences, Your Grace.
By the way, look who's here.
Haven't you done enough, Captain? Joshua was
This
well,
bitch.
and now he is gone. I can only pray there will be a place for me in the world his radiance seeks to create.
I see. Your Grace, over here.
I hate this woman so much, and I know you're supposed to, which is a good. This is good writing. I love it. I love how
Kill him.
absolutely reprehensible she is.
Wait. As my husband never tired of telling me, he is a fine soldier.
Annabelle or Benedicta, who's more bitch? Annabelle, easily.
Frontline. All in its right place.
Oh, she evil.
Oh.
She didn't even need to have them kill her handmaidens. She just did it because why not?
You're going to be a soldier.
She gone already is.
And all of that was just the introduction of the game.
I feel some undertones from previous Final Fantasies.
Yeah, and that's intentional. This is supposed to be like a return to the classic Final Fantasy storytelling.
I think it was for like the mech walk thing where she was I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Is brainwashed.
If you're talking about the Magitech armor, that was that was 6.
Sorry. That was okay. Yeah, I'm getting them mixed up. I'll get 4 and 6 mixed up very easily.
Little spat hasn't made things any easier.
But yeah, I feel some undertones from there.
And? It's as you thought. The Crusaders have sounded the retreat.
So anyway, now we're back in where we started at the beginning, which is the present day. And like I said, why don't Clive? Holy shit, he's so fucking just wow. What a glow up.
Yeah.
After you do, that is.
I won't be dying. Not today.
Then it's settled. No dying. Now, if you don't mind, we have an army to chase.
And a detail that Kier was not here for is that all of Clive's fellow soldiers in this sequence are named after
How do they expect us to
other dragons in Final Fantasy. Avis,
Tiamat.
Beat, Tiamat, yeah, and Clive's codename here is Wyvern.
It was either I thought it was Final Fantasy 2. I think. I'm trying. I need to. I should just replay all the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, this is 20s Clive. He has not finished maturing into Daddy Clive yet.
All the old trails are gone. It'll be hell finding a way out.
Do you think a retreating army and their dominant will fare any better?
Oh, this is the aftermath of two icons fighting each other, specifically Shiva and Titan.
All I gotta say is, Daddy is thirsty for some Wyvern Clyde.
Yay!
I love how the sound effect with that warmer air tempering the ice cubes.
Yeah.
I think that's a very niche ASMR area that needs to happen. Did you think?
Yes. Also, as Dashcat says, this is probably Clive's worst outfit that he gets.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
And he's still this high.
Down there.
Got kinky.
Final Fantasy 16 got kinky when they brought in Dominance.
Titan
Yeah.
has knocked the fight out of our Ironblood friends. Where are the rest of them? That can't be the main host. Wait. Our fortunes have turned, Sergeant. It's her.
So, Pierre missed out on this because he wasn't here for the very beginning of the stream. In the present day, Clive's squad that he's a part of were sent to capture the Dominant of Ice. Which is that girl down there.
Are allowed to perform the rites of priming.
Or I should say, the Shiva Dominant.
We end this quickly.
Use that.
Scott! Adion in here, Sagalid!
Please.
Data! Off the island!
Fun fact, this is the first Final Fantasy to have the pro tag be in their 30s throughout most of the game. Noctis is the only one that comes close. I did not know that.
I didn't know that. But I know certain characters like Orin, Sid from Final Fantasy 7.
Well, the main pro tag, not like general party members.
Avis, care to kill some Ironblood? Gladly. Wyvern, you focus on the target. Understood.
Oh, he did.
Alright, this is gonna be a pretty quick fight. Oh boy. Not counting certain characters in the MMO games, obviously, yeah. Because in the MMO games, like, your character can basically be whatever age you want them to be, just by nature of it being an MMO.
Fucking icons. Icon? She's not even fully primed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm not going to count what Dashcat just said as a spoiler because it's really obvious that we're fighting an adult Jill here.
Yeah. Not only that, when it comes to Shiva and Yurif, it's a canon in the franchise. They got something going on.
All right, and we got a frozen tear and some more stuff. Yeah, there's crafting in this game. Her sighing relief to dying is so damn sad. Yeah, the voice acting in this game is phenomenal.
Is she dead?
I don't think so.
Crafting sucks in this game. Yeah, that's one of the few things that I say brings it down, you know, in terms of the kind of game it's trying to be, not comparing it to other Final Fantasies. Like, this is basically Final Fantasy in name only in terms of how it plays. So I don't directly compare it to other Final Fantasy entries for, like, quality of gameplay. Damn!
Damn!
Not have gone for the head!
That's a gusher! That's gusher. He's dead, brother.
We've got company, Wyvern. What the hell are you doing?
Wyvern's just like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
With these bastards.
No thanks.
I'm sorry, Jill.
Most Final Fantasies have very little in common other than they may or may not use an ATB system. Yeah, but this one, like, ditches RPG mechanics for almost entirely other than just leveling up your stats. Whereas a lot of even other recent action-oriented Final Fantasies still try to have some nominal RPG mechanics in them. This one's very much Devil May Cry with Final Fantasy theming.
So, most Final Fantasies have a lot more in common than you think. All of them use the crystal motif in different ways. I think
not all of them. But this and 14 are like the only modern ones that heavily focus on the crystals.
Yeah, I was trying to say for most of them, they're in almost every Final Fantasy except for like 8 when it comes to mine.
7 unless you got the materia, 7 doesn't really have the crystals as a thing.
That's actually with the fan. I'm not sure if it's actually fully canon, but the crystal motifs would follow.
Okay, Dashcat said that he meant gameplay wise they don't have much in common.
Just fight to survive.
Yeah, that's true. You mainly think it's Biggs, Wedge. Not all of them have those characters.
Yeah, Biggs and Wedge, I think their debut was 6, right?
I think so, yes.
I told you so.
Because they're your party members during the opening siege.
Neither is she.
I can double check real quick.
Except due to a translation error in the Super Nintendo version, Biggs is called Vix.
That one, yeah, I see it right here, yeah. Final Fantasy 4, so yeah, that'll be 6.
10 doesn't have crystals either, yeah.
Pure grid.
But as part of the story.
So the information I've gotten were from other, well, Final Fantasy YouTubers. There we go. Couldn't think of the word.
You speak as if we don't bear the same brand, son. I've always had a name, and I've not forgotten it.
Still clinging to the past like a torn blanket. Then you will die, as you should have 13 years ago.
Actually, no, excuse me. I'm wrong with that. It was jet fears. Those were treated as the crystal motif in there.
No one. And I will not fall by your hand.
Not so much in the gameplay in a gameplay sense, but in the story and world building. Which I haven't gotten all of those jet spears. Dashcat, have you?
This time. Your head. Too slow. Traitor's blade.
Tiamat bested.
So, why are the two brothers at each other's throats now, after all this time?
Well, these aren't the two brothers. Tiamat is like Joshua, for all intents and purposes, now is dead. Tiamat is just a member of the Imperial Army.
Oh. I thought he had, like, the power of the Phoenix with him.
No.
True.
Anyway, you know how I was talking up Sid having total daddy energy? We're getting ready to be introduced to Sid. Yeah, Joshua is dead. No big surprise.
EED.
So, any guesses as to which icon Sid apparently has?
Where's the cattle? Obviously, I'm joking. I read. Okay, Proto and Dashcat. I read it are asses. Yeah, 6 feet of asses.
Go home, Kier. Get drunk.
I am home.
Well, he's not drunk, he's high. Hey, the doggo's back! Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy?
Bloody wind. Well, come on then.
Oh.
Like I said, radiates daddy energy.
That deep voice, too.
Holy shit. Fucking deed, Wyvern. And yes, bestest boy is back and he's all grown up. There's Benedicta. You missed out on her earlier. And she and Sid have canonically hooked up before.
With your hands taken care
So Mommy and Daddy have hooked up.
I expected more from the mighty Titan.
Oh, I want to smoke my bar right now.
No doubt.
I heard no doubt and started singing the songs.
But you'll have to work harder if you're to claim this prize.
Why am I getting Beatrice vibes from her?
Might be intentional. Also, her icon, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, is Garuda.
We have work to do.
Oh. But now I thought that. I was going, I was thinking we were going to get like a female Olten character, which would be kind of badass.
Jill. Is it really you?
Also, as Shadow Dragon has made me aware of through previous discussions of Final Fantasy XVI, the Tonberry is an optional boss in either the base game or the DLC. Can't remember which, because I don't have the DLC and I haven't beaten the base game. And they redesigned the Tonberry to basically be a Dark Souls boss.
Torgal.
Right?
His name is Torgal.
Like he's straight up human-sized now.
Well then, you won't mind taking him off my hands.
I like it better when it's like waist
DLC,
high.
thank you.
Or the chocobo type.
I should. The only one that should be human sized is the Tonberry King.
Yeah, and the Tonberries have asses now.
Come now. Fleet as flame, fierce as wildfire. That there.
Yeah, they have like human proportions now, which means they have asses.
I'd heard rumors that you'd survived.
All I gotta say is keep the Tonberry King's human size, you know, and the rest of the Tonberries.
Well, the one you fight, the Tonberry you fight is the Tonberry King.
Come all this way for
Oh, okay, that's normal then for me.
Now her, on the other hand, she seemed worth muddying my boots for. None the worse for wear. Still, might be best to get a second opinion.
God, his voice is like butter. So smooth and delicious.
I mean it.
Yeah, I just double checked. At Final Fantasy VIII on the PlayStation, Tonberry King is actually taller than you.
Not one with a warm bed waiting. It's alright.
By quite a bit. I just had to double check that information.
You do want to help her, don't you?
But I don't want to see Tonberry ass.
Sid, if we aren't back soon, Nan will have our heads.
I'll explain everything once we're back at the hideaway. Come on.
Look at our good boy. He's all grown up now.
I want to pet the pupper.
So do I. He looks fluffy.
Basically a pupper, but, you know, here.
Do you want to
I mean, it's not a cutie, but I still want the pet.
I want to pet the pupper and I want to pet the kitty. I also want to pet the tire.
Dashcat says, coward, embrace the Tonberry cheeks.
I need more head pats, Onichi.
Thanks for the head pat.
I'll let you hold my hand and we can
I will not,
but I need my
Dash.
head pats, Oni-chan.
Fucking hell, I'll patch you.
I will embrace the futon.
Keen eye, you. The blight sucked this place dry. Meaning no trees, no birds, and no magic. No movers.
The last place anyone would think to look.
The bottom drawer.
I'm afraid, Brother Rage. I'm very afraid.
Home sweet home.
So, welcome to the hideaway.
This place. These are fallen ruins.
Well, we didn't think they'd mind. And it keeps the black from our lungs.
But how do you survive without magic?
How does anyone? Hard work and a bit of nerve. You must be starving. We grow them here, believe it or not. Suit yourself.
You're back.
It's a nice looking apple. I want apple now.
And this is the dominant.
Out cold since we found her. I was hoping you might give her a look over.
All right. Goots, get her upstairs.
Well, Nan will...
Don't fret about Karen. I've taken care of her fee.
All of it?
She's the best healer this side of the belt. You've nothing to worry about.
Had the Moogle in the back there. I love the Moogle designs in this game. They're objectively superior in every way to the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth Moogle designs.
Percent yes. I agree with you completely. Sorry, I'm just stuck on Sid.
You reckon he's a soul?
I don't blame ya.
Be surprised if he wasn't.
Down, boy.
The smell of war is thick about him.
No.
Oh, he's down all right. Down bad.
Most concerning.
I should make a song called Down Bad. It gets you and sign a contract of how does 1 penny every 200 years sound this way? They can say like, oh. Like, oh, okay.
Let's see.
So you can use it for live streams and shit.
Oh, Ari, let me ask you this. How much of a fan of the Tripredicus Council are you?
My only knowledge of them comes from the Beast Wars cartoon, so, like, I don't know much about them as characters, because the Beast Wars cartoon didn't do much with them. If you're asking me if I want anything related to the Tripredicus Council, I'll take it. Just because, why not? Dare I say, why not?
The reason I'm asking is because I was watching a live stream from Chris McFeely earlier while I was stuck on the road.
And so, to save her neck, you slit your
And apparently, next Saturday, he will be debuting a new episode of The Basics, and this time The Basics is going to be on the Tripredicus Council.
We both know you won't be getting far.
Oh, interesting. The Moogle in this game is very top-heavy. It's like a toothpaste container. That's an interesting way to describe it, but it's not inaccurate.
Nope.
I mean, I missed the Moogle, so...
Well, we'll see him plenty of times. Also, I first read that when you said the Moogle is very top-heavy, I was like, are you saying the Moogle's got, like, fat titties or something?
Why nothing?
I was
But
thinking
no, that's only Clive.
I thought we had a Chocolina thing happen again. I'm about to say, wait, what?
All I want to do is help.
What's with them making everything into people like
you.
making them say why?
Of course, the realm doesn't approve, which is why we live in a cave. And it's also why we need help. From Branded, who know one end of a sword from the other. What say you, Clive? Will you join us?
I see the Moogle from...
So can we talk about how Sid has basically created his own communist utopia? Exactly as Marx would want.
Sid, was it? I trust that you'll do right by Jill. But until my brother is avenged, I must walk my own path.
Avenged?
My brother was murdered by a second dominant of fire.
Phoenix's evil twin.
Gee, I wonder who that could be, Clive. I wonder if this mystery is going to turn out that it's just Clive all along, like we clearly saw.
Joshua, 13 years I've waited for this chance. I've slept in filth, drunk from a gutter, killed more men than I can count.
You know what's gonna happen?
Right. The Empire
will
not suffer a deserter. This will be my best opportunity.
What's gonna happen is we're not gonna see it happen. We're gonna see someone come out of nowhere with a steel chair, and we'll hear that trumpet. Do, 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 do. We're not gonna see it. We're not gonna know what happened. It's just gonna happen. Watch.
My scouts sent word there's a group of branded fugitives north of here, in the Imperial village of Lostwood. Among them is one he believes to be a dominant of fire.
Is he certain?
What say we go and ask him?
This doesn't mean I'm joining you.
I'm not doing this because I like you, Baka.
That's my ready then.
Sex. It's not like I can play.
Yeah, that's half the cast of this game summed up in a nutshell. Sex.
Is it? Oh no.
Goots, was it? Perhaps you can help. Sid asked me to make ready for our mission. How does one go about that here?
Well, there's old Nan's place. On second thoughts, you maybe want to see Blackthorn first.
A blacksmith? To the forge it is then.
Oh wait, no, hold up. You'll be needing this. Blackthorn won't take no notice of you otherwise. Might not anyway.
His voice is so unfitting.
Goots is a homie, agreed. Hey, Goots is definitely a homie.
He's a homie, but the voice is so high. He seems younger.
What if I am? I've no time for idle chatter.
I'm not here to talk. I'll be accompanying Sid to Lostwing, and I need you to see to my equipment.
You could be accompanying the goddess Krieger to our holy bedchamber for all I care.
What's that character from Skyward Sword? Gruul or something like that? We got the dude from the Digimon game.
Which guy from Skyward Sword are you talking about?
The one that you see.
There's a lot of guys in Skyward Sword.
He's one of the main. He basically. I remember the last cutscene is him, Zelda, Link. I could. Hold on.
I haven't beaten Skyward Sword. You're gonna have to be more specific.
Do you want that or not? I can take it back.
Are you talking about like the recurring villain that you fight for most of the game?
No, it's not a villain.
No need to be hasty. Let's have a look at you. I doubt that lot could stay a Moogle's fart. Bloody Imperials. They'd rather see their bearers dead than kitted out properly. I'll do what I can, as a favor to Goot's mind.
Alright, so not only can you, craft stuff, you can also upgrade the stuff you already have.
Bruce, there we go.
Caesar Square. You want anything else? You bring your own.
Bruce, yeah.
Yeah, like even people say he's also up there for best bro. Like there's a lot of characters out there.
He doesn't start out as best bro though. He becomes best bro, but he starts out as a dick.
I know, but
whereas Goots is a bro from the beginning.
I'm just saying, like I like stories where
the gift worked.
They either start off kind of like that and like they become your best bud, or in the case of Dot Hack, how our best bud gets corrupted. Like it's interesting. I like those types of story beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here like, wait, why am I breathing so hard?
Quick as you like.
I was so confused. Well,
damn, Proto.
I saw the. Why are you putting cheeks in our face?
While the bed's made up. Well, you're just gonna stand there? Someone fetch some water.
Bro, I thought that was my breathing.
You go and see if Otto needs out, eh?
Wait, me?
have I got myself into?
You got yourself into communism. Said, this is the point where if I had this on soundboard, I would play the Soviet national anthem just to punctuate it.
Imperial bearers. Who the hell are you?
Dude, do it, recode it like 7 times, do Google Translator, and then sung.
Yeah.
Find your way up them stairs to the infirmary. We need Tyre.
I don't know. Having
Shift your ass.
your ass.
Holy shit, this game with its accents. It's got accents from all over the United Kingdom.
Oh, lad.
Like, Goots' accent is very clearly supposed to be Welsh. Along with his name very clearly being Welsh.
Your friend needs her rest. There'll be time for tearful reunions when she's recovered.
I'm not here for Jill. You're wanted downstairs. There are injured bearers in need of attention.
Well, why didn't you say so?
I did say so.
You know what I'm about to play right now, right?
I'm afraid. What?
He's going to be all right. But I'll need to examine him in the infirmary.
Oh no.
My work's just begun.
God damn it, Kier. Well, on the bright side, at least I can't hear
By the time most pluck up the courage.
You okay over there?
Early morning, I remember a simple life not too far away.
I'm trying to tune it out, but it's overpowering the game audio.
And we were here to stay. We were together.
And they say I'm evil.
Yes, this is the best song on the Final Fantasy XVI OST. No idea why they got Corey Feldman as a guest singer, but I'll respect the creative choice.
I mean, we wanted Sage. I'll say, fuck.
I took my glasses up and that made me cry laughing too hard. Did I make myself laugh too hard?
Damn it.
Make sure we don't ever play some Rayman or some crazy ass shit like that when I'm this baked.
You there. Perfect timing. I couldn't persuade you to fetch me some timber, could I?
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. You'll be helping me and away both. Takes a lot of work to keep this place standing. More than we can manage, if I'm honest.
It certainly looks like you've got your hands full.
Ah, you can say that again. The Fallen knew their craft, make no mistake, but not even their handiwork lasts forever. That's why the walls need shoring up. Can't have the vegetable patch crushed before our first harvest now, can we?
No, I suppose not. All right, where can I find this wood?
Ask over.
Have a good night, Brother Rage.
They'll point you in the right direction.
Have a good night.
Thanks
Have
again.
a good night, Brother Rage.
I really appreciate the help.
I heard they escaped their masters.
Alright, so now we have to speak to the... Why this dude shirtless? Because it's easier to work shirtless when you're doing manual labor.
Excuse me. The man working over by the garden sent me to fetch some wood.
Ah, that'll be Jeffrey, master carpenter. Luck would have it, we've just finished cutting the timber he's after. You take as much as you need from the stack.
Thank you.
No, not at all. We appreciate this.
But yeah, I agree with your earlier statement, Descat. The side quests have good stories, but they do play like MMO side quests in the worst way, where it's just like fetch the required number of items and bring them to the NPC.
Jeffrey, was it?
Oh, you're back. Hope fetching that wood wasn't too much trouble.
Alright, now let's give him our wood. Wait. Rising.
Will this be enough?
This will do nicely, thank you. With a bit of luck, the walls won't be falling in on us just yet.
That sounds ominous.
Yes, let's give him our hard wood.
Damn sight better than the alternative. We're
A
safe
mighty
with warm
oak.
wind. What more could we ask for? Stop fretting and welcome to the fold.
I was just reading what Dashcat said. Why are you bugging me for that?
It's not a matter of need, my friend. You're one of us now.
Wait, oh, okay.
Alright, we got a meteorite and a gill bug. You're doing it because you can. Might as well say because fuck you, that's why. Although that would probably get filtered out by the automod. Because automod would think that you're genuinely trying to be mean to me.
We can't have that, can we?
And, dare I hope, a willing pair of hands. The fat chocobo is a demanding mission.
All I'm hearing is someone get
persuade you to deliver a
Tekken
in need of sustenance.
or a fighting game I'm really good in or racing.
The contents of my strongbox.
I make my
The name
right
here. The name of the cafeteria in this place is the Fat Chocobo.
Marvelous. And who exactly do I have the honor
I feel
of addressing?
I feel happy.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, Clive. I'm Kenneth, and mine are the weird.
That is a very small detail. I didn't have to.
Rests.
It did have to.
I have 3 hungry customers awaiting their victuals. Take these if you would, and be careful. They're hot.
Dump them on her face.
So we got the liver soup.
Oh, meal.
What is it, soup or stew?
Chasing rumors sits up there now.
Vittles.
Yeah.
That doesn't answer the question.
Oh, my thanks.
Like, would you call that a soup or a stew?
You do not think me lazy.
I'm looking it up right now.
Served like a lord.
I mean, just look at the food and you can tell me.
Use me kindly, you see. You left me half lame.
It's
truth be told.
thick. It's a stew.
Sid took me in nonetheless.
It's thick.
Extra thick.
Is the home I never knew. And
Extra thick. I have no idea how that came out through the voice changer.
Terrible, honestly. I'm sorry to say.
Do it. Thicker than a bowl of meal.
It might be. Well, doesn't this look fine? Thank you, lad. You're new, aren't you? Kenneth's running you ragged already, I expect, the old rascal.
Well, he did say he'd give me something.
I will say, funny enough, beef soup instead of the stew is underrated, but it is much better in stew
Agreed.
form. And the only reason I say
Also
it's better,
agreed.
the only reason I say that because it's more iconic for hot weather next to chicken noodle soup, At least if you're down south, you know. Well, we know that.
Farming than just seeds and soil.
Even though I'm not from the south, but you know, my grandparents.
Your food. Just a moment. I need to finish this.
Honestly, it does look pretty decent. Like,
I'm used to anyone as I am, but maybe.
I see the onions, potatoes.
All right, Ben.
I would like to try this.
See that you eat it before it gets cold.
Like, I'm curious to how it's seasoned. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Probably not seasoned too greatly, considering, you know, limited resources.
Yeah.
But it still looks
Final
tasty.
Fantasy. Don't forget, it's Final Fantasy. Like, they probably have some weird umami flavor that we don't know about. Like, it looks so simple, but watch it be like 7 more times more
iconic,
complex.
yeah.
I am Harpocrates II Hyperboreus.
That's,
quite a mouthful, I know.
Oh.
An ultimate life form with the voice changer. Oh god, I'm afraid. I apologize if this ends up sounding mangled. That's just how the voice changer works. Damn, Sonic, why are you thicker than a bowl of oatmeal?
Never been a source of endless fascination to me. But alas, my days of wandering the realm in search of new tales are far behind me. And so I've taken to sharing that which I've gathered with all who might listen. Perhaps you would care to listen.
Is thicker censored? It didn't come out censored on my end.
Always welcome at my table.
On my end either.
Maybe it's latency on the internet that may have.
It might just be like default Twitch settings. You have to like go in and change your censorship settings.
They were bearers. All 3 of them. Not slaves waiting upon their master's pleasure, but
I just think it's a latency to be fed internet now. It gets hard
Indeed,
sometimes.
equality is the very cornerstone upon which our little community is founded.
Okay, so they just confirmed, yes, this is a communist commune.
Slaves. Speaking only when spoken to, eating only what scraps our masters deign to give us. The first hot meal here is the first many will have known. In the hideaway, we are free. Truly free to speak as we please, when we please, and to eat what and when we desire. More than reason enough to trust in Sid's vision, wouldn't you say? Now,
Insert Russian national anthem, specifically Soviet Russia. The current national anthem wouldn't be fitting for it.
What the fuck did I go into at the end? Did I go Wario for a moment?
Yes. Yes, you did.
the Iron Blood were quick to sound the retreat.
Oh, they even have a jukebox. Sorry, an orchestrion.
So you gonna tell me there's not gonna have lots of seasonings, but they got a jukebox?
I think he'd have time for a nip with old August.
Yes.
Do you think we should go and help? It sounds like Otto has everything.
Alright, time to talk to Nan.
My journey to Lost Wing. Otto said you could provide them.
What's that? Does the newcomer think it proper to make demands of a poor old matron before even introducing himself?
It's Clive.
Well, Clive, I hear that dog is yours. Since he followed Sid home one night, I've seen to it that his chin's rubbed and his belly fed. Though I suppose that's your job now. Unless you lose him again.
I won't.
She is so sassy.
Thank you for watching him.
So, were you gonna buy something? What? You didn't
Just sharing Chichiro.
you swagger about with a pocket full
It's
of
pronounced Karen.
Life doesn't work
Oh.
that way, lad. Now, let's see some coin.
I legitimately read it at Chicharron.
You'll not find a better price than that. I'm not running a charity here.
Oi.
Like I said, she's so sassy.
I'll be thankful you got that much.
Hey, even when you sell stuff to her, she's sassy. Jesus.
That's all.
Why, you've barely a guiltier name. You're taking
I'll
this
go.
side now. And after all I've done for you. All right. All right, I can make an exception. But just this once, mind. My stores are getting cluttered and I need to make room for the next shipment.
Thank you.
Thank me? Thank your dog.
Like I said, he's bestest boy.
People who love animals are decent people.
All right, basically, this is our training room. Training mode.
So what you're saying is they just sent you into random battles and said, fuck you. Bastard.
Yeah, this is basically the Void from Devil May Cry or Bayonetta.
Stay down.
What? Excuse me.
You all done?
I was so confused. Yeah, I'm sitting here like, what sound effects are coming through?
Yeah, the
my ear?
goblin
Was that
sound
heavy
is pretty
breathing?
cursed.
Oh, look, was it heavy breathing? What's that slurping sound? What am I listening
Don't
to?
stop you going, does it?
This should be fun.
You could, this would be a funny ass video. Close your eyes. What do you hear? Oh God! Can that go on YouTube?
I got an even worse idea for you.
Oh, I'm scared.
Final Fantasy 16 Goblin ASMR.
Oh no.
It was fucked up. We get this peaceful music after that curse thing. It's like,
All right,
It's like, hey, no music is playing. Hey, I kind of feel like we need to nuke maybe like a third of this Earth, and then so you hear Air's theme playing in the background. Same energy, right?
Yes. All right, we are going
Julie
to save.
Yeah.
We're going to save, and we're going to end here for tonight because I am getting tired of sitting down. I've been sitting down for too long and my ass is hurting.
My ass always hurt me.
In terms of raids, we're going to raid.
Orange is orange.
We're going to raid Moai. Moai of Knowledge.
Oh, okay. That's a change.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you to my co-host for joining me. I'll see you guys in next time, and until then, unpleasant dreams.
Why is
well,
my
we're the
boat in
boys
the
of
sky?
chorus. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.